Hello. I'll start off by saying I think 5 years is far too long for a gap between making videos, but here we are. Completely honest with you, I was watching Work for Space quite a lot on YouTube. I swear to God, if any one of you are one of my original 130 or so subscribers from when I was first making FM videos, please do pop up in the comments. If you have no interest, if you see this video, just pop up in your sub box for whatever reason. Please let me know. It will mean the world to me just to know one of you is still been sitting there, not waiting, but even you forgot and you don't know you're subscribed to me still. It would be very, very funny if you could just say hello. Either way, what are we doing? You're going to probably see by the thumbnail and the title, I'm going to be doing a Chelsea playthrough. I'm not going to do my typical recorded or anything like that. I'm going to basically just be playing. As you exactly see right now, I'm going to show you everything from start to finish, even with the setup of the game quickly, because it gives me a minute just to have a chat with you. Probably the first question you ask, where have I been? Really, nowhere. I've been working. I've been doing all the normal things in life that you're probably doing as well. Videos was always a hobby for me, but I think in my younger days, I really just wanted it to be. I don't know. I really just didn't have the patience to do it. Um, yeah, I mean, as we're going into this, I'll just have a chat about some things when they pop up in my head. But initially, why do I want to make videos? I think I can help people. I've got a few tricks and tips, and I've got ideas and inputs. And I think the challenge of Chelsea at the moment is quite interesting. In real life, there's a bit of controversy with everything they're doing. Sarri's criticised for everything. The players themselves is a bit strange. You probably see it's called controlling Chelsea, mainly because I'm aiming to not be sacked. That'll be my first aim, and then we'll go from there. But I don't expect this to be incredibly hard. I'm going to load a few leagues. Typically, this is what I do. I add majority of the top divisions. I'm going to knock off a few here because I'm not going to be leaving this save, so I don't need to load a lot of the championship divisions and so on. But I like to keep it pretty open. I'm not that bothered about it really, but yeah, we'll see. That'll do for now. I'll prevent the use of in-game editor, and I don't add key stuff because I don't know, I just don't bother. I'll keep attribute masking on. Gives you a bit of fun to watch. Usually I would just turn it off, but I tend to leave it off myself now as well because I just prefer the scouting. I don't see the point of a scouting team, so let's leave it on, give them something to do, you see. Anyway, let's get this created. Few things to start with. I don't know what formation. I have no idea what I'm going to do. I've literally pressed record and we're going to go through it with you. I don't know how long the video will be necessarily, but let's just see. I'll probably keep it about like 20 minutes or so. I'll make my tactic. I'll go through a few things and my initial setup of every FM game I start. You can have a look. If you want to have a look and copy for yourself, feel free. You can probably guess the skin I'm using. I think it is Work the Space version of this skin. It is just fantastic. It's so clean and cut, precise. I love it. It's got an instant result as well. If you can't be bothered to play the game, you can click a button. I don't use it very often, but you know, if you've already won the league, you've got 8 games to go. It's pretty fun. I don't think I'll be doing that this safe, but yeah, I'm very, very much open to it. Reason I've chose to do it in a format like this, pardon me, exactly for that reason. I can make mistakes, I can burp, whatever, cough, you know, you can hear it all for warts and all. I've got a drink here. Doesn't bother me at all, honestly. This is just going to be me sitting and having a chat to you. It might be a bit awkward silence. It's fine. It's just going to be as natural as I can make it. I'm just going to be chatting to you, especially why things like this are happening. This doesn't bother me at all. So apologies if we've got any noise. My phone goes off. Door people coming in. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep rolling with it. I want it to be me and you having a chat. That's basically what it's going to be this save. So again, any suggestions, comments, sign-ins, so on and so on, leave them in the comments below. I've got a few things I want to raise here. This is important. I love doing this at the beginning. I'll edit it, but you'll see. So I've got it as my name. This doesn't matter. I'm going to say yes. I'm experienced. Handle most. I keep forgetting to turn this on. So yeah, I'm going to leave that right there. Appearance, I don't really care. This is important. I like to do the max for both, but as you can probably see, it's going to be the same for Chelsea because it would suggest these ranks. What I like to do is get rid of fitness, goalkeeper, everything to do with that. Adaptability is at 1 as well. Mainly just because I'm not going to be moving on this save, so I might as well take advantage of the other really key mental attributes as you can assign. So I've gone for high ratings of them all. In terms of fitness and goalkeeper, for an elite club or any high level club, I would even do this at any level of club. I would not bother with that. You specifically can hire fitness coaches and goalkeeper coaches. They are very good at those specific roles. You do not need a manager really to take that burden. The only time where this would be different, if I would consider changing, lower league management, I would keep a high fitness just because you can't really find good fitness coaches at conference level or anything like that. So I'd keep it relatively high. That's the only thing I could ever see changing. I'm going to leave it for that for now. I've got the benefit of not needing that. Let's get this saved here. And we can just start assessing everything. What am I aiming for this year? No idea. I want to get top 4. Let's start with that, and then we'll go forward from there. In terms of winning the league and so on and so on, I don't know. I might not be able to do it, but you'll be able to see everything. I'm going to whiz through my typical starting up stuff. I love to work with a director of football, so this is what I'm going to do. First things first, we're going to have a look and get a good one. Please, if you've got any suggestions or any tips that you want to give to me, I'd be happy to hear them. I have lots. I've been playing this game for a very long time, since you've probably seen my videos since maybe 2011, FM 2011. I have FM 2010, but I didn't play a lot of it. I say not a lot, 300 hours is a lot. Not compared to my other hours on the other games. So, yeah, I'm probably setting my ways in a lot of ways, but it seems to do well. I don't tend to get sacked ever, but we'll see. If I get sacked on this save, laugh at me. I'd love you to. It'd be funny. So let's go. Let's start with, let's bump this up. So what I'm doing, looking for really high judging player potential and ability. I don't necessarily if this makes a difference, but I like them to make offers for me. I don't want them to sign the players, but I like when they make the offer. We're Chelsea. I'm not going to be really paying too much consideration to the financial side of things because it's going to be all right. I'm not under a transfer ban like they are in real life, so, you know, it doesn't bother me. But I do tend to run quite a tight ship in terms of ingoings and outgoings. First year, will not be looking to do too much. I might bring in a few youth players, but really, you don't. Well, I've got 15 million to spend. I just peeked at it a couple of seconds ago, so I'm not going to be able to bring in a lot of big players here, unfortunately, in my first year. You can see 15 million, 150 grand per week. I know I'm jumping around quite a lot here, but I'm trying to do this as naturally as possible for me. I like to do this. Firstly, let's get any money we can in. I don't see the point of all this sell-on clause stuff. Initially, I don't really care. I just want to bring in the money. Unfortunately, Chelsea owe a lot of money out for a lot of these stuff. I don't think Drinkwater was ever going to get any of this. I don't even know if I'm going to use this guy. So we'll see. Thankfully, this is quite a lot of cheap, so I'm going to just buy out all of Emerson's stuff. It's someone I can see using. So we'll just take care of that quickly. And long term, saves a bit of money because they're actually, it's like a payoff. We're not paying all of the amount we would have given. If I'm planning on using this guy quite a lot, it's worthwhile. Like I assume Rudiger I'm going to be using. This could be really jumping the gun, but I'm going to do that. Zappacosta and Drinkwater, I'm leaving. I'm not sure. As you can see, the financials just bounce around there, so we might actually be left with a little bit less than we had before. But as I said, I'm not going to be spending this money. It doesn't bother me at all. Probably not. A few youth players, which you might see in a little while. I've made an offer for my director of football. I'm going to go through my responsibilities. I can't do this to what I would like, but I'm not going to be doing these individual training. Give me 1 second. My youth team, they can handle the contract renegotiations. I very much trust them. If they see someone I like, I'll step in and offer them a deal. Other than that, I like to leave that side to them. Finalising signings is all me. I do not like anyone else to do that for me. I like to confirm and click that button. I will change that to director of football as soon as he's appointed. I'll do team talk, tactical briefings. No interest. I really don't know about you, but if you can just sound off below. Really have not appreciated this edition as much as maybe I should have. I just don't understand it maybe, but it just seems too boring for me. I know it's not meant to be fun. It's a realistic game. I have no interest in doing that. It really doesn't bother me. other than that, that's pretty much okay. So we'll probably continue. We'll carry on here. We've got our direct football coming in. Hopefully he's appointed quite quickly so I can crack on. Not going to be changing anything. I don't want to set myself unrealistic expectations for my first thing. Introduction to the squad always goes wrong for me. I'm not going to say title because I don't think we will. So I'm going to say Champions League. Perfect. That's probably the best that's ever gone. Firstly, let's have a little look at the squad. Right. I like to do personal preference. Anyone out on loan in the under 23s, I don't want to see them. I can't use them this year regardless. And very likely you can't recall someone that's already in this year out on loan. So I just don't want to see them in my first team picture. Of course, someone like Pulisic is going to be coming back next year. Of course, he's going to be in the first team. But for now, they're out on loan. I don't really have any need to see how they're getting on. So let's clear this out. Okay. This is what we've got so far. Everyone's on holiday, obviously. We need to pop a few continues. But what I'll do is I'll literally just go into creating a tactic here for you now. I'm going to start as a basis for vertical tiki-taka, but we're going to change this a little bit. I just need to have a little look roughly what I'm going to start to be doing. Obviously, because everyone's on holiday, I can't even really pick a team at the moment, but it's going to give me a rough idea of what I'm going to be doing. With our striking situation, this is where Chelsea probably fall off a bit. They've got Higuain and Giroud. It's the same player with a different skin. They both do kind of the same thing. I'm going to be asking quite a lot of them. This is something I'm going to try and address, but I'm going to leave it as a pressing forward. Is someone in like a Harry Kane type of mould? I don't think Higuain is really up to it. I don't think Giroud is either. But I'm going to implement a framework to how this will play. I love to do this in every save. I usually stick with one tactic. I do not change this tactic. I make small tweaks throughout the season if I see something's wrong. So I'm not going to be doing anything really too drastic. I always play with fullbacks as well. Mainly just because it's the modern type of right and left back. That's what I like to do. In terms of this, I'm going to muck with this a little bit, change my player roles, but I'm not going to pick the best roles for the player in the position. I want my tactics to be very much like Sarri. So I'm getting rid of Sarri-Ball, I'm bringing in Frankie Ball. This is not, I'm picking the roles for the position I want. I don't want players for the role. I play this in a very different way. I will shoehorn people into a role, even if they're not good at it. I'm not going to be Kante, right centre mid attacking. He's definitely be playing in the anchor role, but we'll see. I'm very, very open to this. I want people to play in different ways, and I want people to be very, very dynamic of how they play. I'm literally just popping through this. I want a rough idea. I like to play always with a winger and an inside forward on switching. I'll switch this up. It's not going to be Hudson-Odoi and Pedro. I just want a little framework of what I'm doing first. I'm going to play 2 ball-playing defenders. In terms of changing this now, I'm going to muck with this a little bit. I don't like underlap. I don't want to focus play anywhere specific. Don't really want to play out of defence either, to be honest with you. I'm going to leave it overlap and work ball into the box. I like expressive. I'm going to bump the tempo up. I'm going to have... let's have shorter. Slightly more shorter. Actually, I think on standard. I don't see a point to... I have no really interest either way. Let's keep this... Let's keep it a higher tempo. Let's keep it... I'm going to say narrow width. Yeah, let's go for narrow. In transition, counter press counter. Lovely. I'm going to do distribute over the opposition defense and take long kicks. I find this wins me quite a lot of games. I literally have been doing a save with Dortmund, as you probably saw on the initial startup of this save. I'm having great success with this, and I don't necessarily have a big target man. Mainly the pace for my front three bombing on. It's causing a lot of problems for teams. I like this. It's pretty much how I'd like it as well. In terms, I'm going to go positive. Positive, if you're interested, I'm finding positive to be attacking last year. Attacking seems to be a bit too much this year. If you're at home, you can go for it. So I'm going to stick with attacking. I think we're going to be okay. But I'm going to muck around with this a little bit more. This is just a basis I want to start to build from. So I'm going to save this quickly as Chelsea. If I'm typing in the wrong box, hold on. yeah, we'll start with that. If I want to make an away tactic, I might do. I tend not to, but let's see. If I fail in completely, I'm going to resort to things I've not done before. In terms of staff coming in, once I get my director of football, this is terrible. We're pretty bad in scouting, which is making me laugh. Yeah, maybe we won't need it, but let's try and sort that out. So I'm going to get my director of football in. I'm going to get him to hire some scouts. I'm going to try and increase this straight away. I feel like our coaches allowed is really minimal. Yeah, they agree. They give me 2 more slots straight away. And I'm literally just been here a day. They tend to not give you anything unless it's pretty dire. So yeah, let's just pop through this. As I said, I'm really grateful for anyone who's watching. I mean, especially if you are one of my older subscribers from a very, very long time ago. Many apologies. I'm back now. I'm going to be doing a bit more of a relaxed playthrough, just like you're listening to now. And of course, if you have anything in the comments, pop them down and I'll be happy to read them. It might be quite funny for some of you. I'm sorry if I'm skipping through anything that you might be interested in reading. Of course, feel free to ask if you want me to have a look at something, or I really don't mind about this introduction here. I tend to find it doesn't really matter. This bit is probably going to kill me. They have so many players down here. I can't. Let's pop Empadu up. I'm going to leave them here. There's really no one else. Their team is completely mad. You'll probably be seeing me in January and the next window after that, releasing a lot of these players because this is mad. There's far too many for my liking. So that we'll take our. If we lose to the under-23s, not a good start. But I'm not going to be playing any friendlies. I've no interest. That's a good start. 4-0 win against the under-23s. Don't be embarrassed if you lose that game. Honestly, it can happen. I've made the fatal mistake of making all my first team available for the under-23s, click and continue, and I lose 9-0 to my under-23s because they've got all my first team, and my actual first team is a bunch of greyed out regens, which is quite funny. So we've got me assistant in here. I'm just going to muck around with my staff responsibilities now. Let me just assign these to how I like it. I like him to hire and fire a lot of my staff. You'll see this as this goes on. It might not be to your preference, but I'll show you how I work with this and how I like this game to run. The contracts is fine. To be honest, they're a really good judge of when someone shouldn't be in the job they're in. They will let a lot of staff go. The turnover is quite high. Sorry, not turnover. But you'll see. You'll see. This will be a long-term save, I assume. So, and plus you're going to get to see every part of it, which is very good for me. Also, another positive. I haven't got to really edit this too much. I'm going to upload it as you see. Obviously, I'll be working on a bit of a thumbnail. And if you've seen my channel, I really apologise about the header and the image. It may change by the time you see this video, but pardon me, I highly doubt it. Mainly just because I'm still working on it. I don't have a graphic designer. I know a little bit about Photoshop, so I'm going to be trying to do this myself. But as I said, I want this to be a very natural thing for everyone. I want you to enjoy watching me have a little playthrough of this. I'm probably going to be calling this a day very shortly. I just wanted to basically say hello, but have a little introduction. I want to show you the save and show you what I do. So we've built our tactic. We've assigned our staff responsibilities. We've had a little look through of the squad. What I'll do now quickly is just literally have a quick overview of our cover. Goalkeepers wise, we've got our 3. That's okay. Centre backs for Chelsea, right? So out and out centre backs. We've only got 2. We have basically versatile centre backs is what I'll call them. We've got our Aspi, we've got our Louise, Christensen, Ampadu, Cahill, Rudiger. We've got covered in that position. Right back wise, Zappacosta, Emerson and Cesar Azpilicueta. Yeah, we're all right. Left back, Marcos Alonso. Oof, it's a rough one, that is, isn't it? It's basically left back wise could be strengthened. It's Emerson and Marcos Alonso. The same with right back. Really, Zappacosta and Emerson look to be our only ones there. If we're going to be playing Azpilicueta right back, which I might not do. So right back would be a pretty key area to look into. But as I said, we don't have a lot of money specifically. So a young right back coming in might be the play. I'm going to have a look. Maybe a little bit, but we'll see. everything might just fall into place. If you like my squad view, it's FM Scout squad view. I love it. It's fantastic, especially for selection and all their things like that. Yeah, it's very handy to see all this stuff just ready to grab without flicking through the different sections. No interest in talking to that guy. I have no interest in Victor Angbang. Yeah, fantastic. Let's assign the training camp, and then I'll bid you all a farewell. I'll pop a save on here in the moment on the game. I'll get this uploaded, and then I'll wait to see if there's any comments or so. But please, yeah, do have a chat with me. I will be uploading another part of this very shortly, and we'll continue on. We'll finish our USA tour, I hope. I'll be popping quite a few continues through that. But yeah, I'll end the video here. It's lovely to be able to talk with you all. If you want to just, again, leave any comments, I'll be happy to have a chat with you all. Bye-bye now.